The Packers take on the Vikings in week 2 for their home season opener. I've got highlights coming up, so stick around. This video is brought to you by Packer Fan Cave. Everything you need to turn your man cave into a Packer Fan Cave. You can check them out at packerfancave.net. There is a link in the description below this video. So the Vikings came to Green Bay for Green Bay's home season opener, and it was a good game. Packers start out 2-0. It was exciting to watch. Let's get into these highlights here and talk about it a little bit. So Packers offense started out on a whole different note than they did last week. Last week, everybody remembers, they ended the first quarter with negative 12 yards of offense. This week, a little bit better. You know, you can see them pushing in for this touchdown here. Vikings missed their field goal, and then the Packers back on offense, moving it down the field. Rodgers definitely able to spread the ball around a lot better this week than last week. You can see him finding another touchdown there. Puts him up 14-0 in the first quarter. Packers defense just getting after it, doing what we have been wanting the Packers defense to do for years now. And then Aaron Jones bringing life to the running game, set up for this touchdown. And Jones had himself a really good game today. So did Dalvin Cook. Dalvin Cook is just one of those players you can't help but to expect that he's going to pull off at least one run like this in a game. Packers otherwise did a good job on defense, forcing turnovers, bunch of turnovers, and the offense putting up yards, spreading the ball around and getting points. Then the Vikings had this play, which huge play, you know, set them up for this touchdown here. And the booth review, actually, they came back and said that a Vikings player had committed pass interference. They didn't specify which one it was, but the Vikings were not able to get back into the end zone and settled for this field goal. Packers, however, were done scoring, and you can see this turnover right here gives the ball back to the Vikings, and Vikings really want the win against the Packers. They find this deep touchdown here. I really thought that one was going to be picked off. And then Diggs, I don't know what he was thinking, took his helmet off right there, gave him a penalty, which pushed him back for the extra point, and the Packers were able to block the extra point. Not often that you see something like that happen, which, you know, score is 21-16 at this point, and that was really the end of the scoring for the game. It was a defensive game at this point. Vikings got close on this one, but then King with the interception there. That was a really exciting play. You're happy to see King finally pull one in. Last week he thought he was going to get one, and this week he actually came up with that one. Aaron Jones, you know, at this point the Packers are just running the time off the clock, and they do a good job milking the clock down. But they do end up giving the ball back to the Vikings, who have time for one play. They're going to try the old pitch it around play, which hardly ever works. You can see him cough it up right there. Packers with one more turnover before the game ends. And it was an exciting game to watch. You saw flashes of the greatness that this offense will hopefully soon turn into. I've noticed that, you know, typically Aaron Rodgers run offenses are going to struggle for the first 4 weeks. That's just how it's been, especially this year. You know, when you look at a whole new offensive scheme that brought in by Matt Lafluer, it's good to see that the defense is really able to step up right now and hold on to those games when the offense is struggling to get points later in the game when you know that they need it. This is 2 games in a row that the defense held us in there. People call them ugly wins. I would take an ugly win over a beautiful loss any day. Uh, and at the end of the day, the Packers are 2-0 right now, and that's where you like to be sitting. Yeah, you'd like to see a little bit prettier of a game. You'd like to see a little more out of the offense. I'd say whatever Lafluer said to the offense at halftime did not work, and you might want to consider, what are you going to do moving forward? And I'm sure they're going to work on it. Rodgers said coming into the season that this offense has plenty of room to improve. You can totally see it out there. That their defense is also thinking they have room to improve as well as they've been playing. I just expect to keep seeing this team get better and better throughout the season. This is really exciting to actually be watching a Packers team whose defense is keeping the game in check for them. You know what I mean? It's uh, as a Packer fan for so many years, we've been used to seeing the offense pull out the last second touchdown when you need it or whatever because the defense just wasn't getting it done. And now it's actually reversed a little bit here. And you have confidence in what the offense will be doing throughout the season. You know that Aaron Rodgers has consistently been a good player as the season rolls on, and I expect to see that again this year. I expect the offense to get on track. Maybe it'll take them a couple of more weeks, but probably by week 5, I expect to see our offense playing like a top 5 offense. And I would say if our defense can just continue doing what they're doing, and even if they improve, will be awesome. I expect huge things right now. I know it's only 2 weeks into the season, and it's a bit early to be having high expectations for the whole season. But from what we've seen so far, I'm really excited. What do you guys think out there? Do you think that the Packers are moving forward well? Do you think that the defense is where you want them to be? Do you expect to see the offense improve throughout the season? Let us know in the comment section down below. Hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the little bell icon so you get notifications every time I upload new content. For the Packer Fan Network, I am Mark Schneider.